Sometimes there's an event or a life that has an outsized influence on our community. I'm Soledad O'Brien in conversation with Brittany Packnett Cunningham, and we're going to do a deeper dive into what's happening today in America. First of all, both of us are way too young to be able to historically accurately answer this, but how would you compare like this past summer of unrest and then of course the historic famous ones that we know about?
And so I think about 2014, 2013, 2015 being so much about the campaign of raising awareness. And I think about Ida B. Wells, and I think about the scourge of lynching across the country, but especially across the American South. She used the written word to make sure the story was never lost and to hold up the mirror to this country. Our tools were different, but the energy was the same. Now, I think we're more comparable to this Black arts, Black power phase. We've made a lot of policy pushes. Those have been important, but they were never meant to be all-encompassing, and that those campaigns were always supposed to lead to something more radical, right? And if Angela Davis says that radical means getting to the root, then the intention was always to get to the root. And that has certainly been happening in this time, I think, in a similar way as it was in the late 60s through the 70s.
I think that there is this sense of being able to look back and learn a lot of just the roadmap. You have to educate people.
Yeah.
Then you have to bring along the media. I think the media is beginning to back away from this idea of like, shouldn't we treat police accounts like an interested party giving their take on something? Might be true, might not be true.
That's right.
You know? But that's so different than it was when I started working in TV news in '87.
We have always intricately understood exactly what this country and its institutions are capable of. And the way that the media has moved to be able to say, the police said one thing, but this is actually what the body camera is showing us. This is what the eyewitnesses are showing us. This is what the transcript is showing us.
And how many times you have to have that happen before you say, you know, maybe we shouldn't go with the official account. That you can treat it like you would treat anything in reporting. So I think that that's been a big change, right? I think that that's actually shifting pretty dramatically as well.
Again, I come back to this question of what have we lost and what has it cost us for folks not to treat the lived experience of Black communities like data?
I mean, it's what I've always liked about storytelling, right? Is that you get to take the moment to say, you know, here's the data, here's the numbers, but actually let's talk about this person, who they were in the world.
Yeah.
And I have found that usually it's that piece of it that moves people. The narrative is actually, I find, far more powerful, and I think it is what reaches out right across to everybody. You have to prove your humanity.
The cognitive weight and cost of racism is far greater than we ever discuss. I mean, you are constantly thinking about how you are being perceived by every single person around you, and you also have to do your job and raise a family and be a good human being. Like, this is the tax.
It's a lot. We spoke today about the past, but of course with an eye toward the future. So make sure you use all the resources at hand to help our communities heal and thrive. Thank you for watching.
P&G is stepping up to help foster stronger communities. Learn more at pg.com/takeonrace.